After his aunt threatens to battle him for the custody of his little sister, Mike is forced to take up the only odd job available, a night guard in a run-down cafe. But it turns out that there's more to his career than malfunctioning lights and a free cinema. Will Mike be pruned alive like the security men before him, or will he learn to commune with the 5 possessed beings in his workplace? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome back to Wrap Recap. We'll cover 5 Nights at Freddy's today. In the movie's opening scene, a security guard runs frantically into an abandoned facility. We soon discover that he is being chased by something as he escapes from that room to the next. When he thinks he is safe, he is caught by Foxy, his chaser, who ties him to a chair. Meanwhile, a mask composed of moving metal parts inches closer to the security guard as he frantically tries to loosen a bolt and break free. The building reverberates with the man's screams as the mask closes in on his face. In the next scene, a man named Mike is seen rushing through his early morning workout routine. He asks his little sister to get ready for school, but she responds with little enthusiasm. After dropping off his sister, Mike rushes to a mall where he works as a security guard. Later on, Mike is busy waiting for his order at the mall when he witnesses a man hustling a child. Mike assumes that the man is a kidnapper and jumps into action, attacking the apparent abductor in a mall fountain. The twist? It turns out that the man is the child's father, leading to Mike losing his job. Facing a career crossroad, Mike meets Steve Raglan, a career counselor who suggests a nighttime security gig. Mike refuses due to his responsibility for his sister Abby, but the man offers him a card and asks him to call if he changes his mind. Later on, Mike apologizes to Abby for the day's events, but she tells him that her friends think he's dumb. Mike haughtily informs her that at least he's real and returns to his room. As night falls, Mike has a disturbing nightmare about his younger brother being taken away. Later on, Mike visits the doctor with his aunt, who seeks custody of Abby. Mike's aunt tells the doctor that she would be a better guardian, especially since Mike had just lost his job and he also has temper issues, but Mike refuses to give in as he realizes that she's only after the paycheck she would be getting from the state. He recalls the job offer from the doctor the other day, and Mike decides to take the nighttime security job, arranging a babysitter for Abby. His job counselor tells him that his workplace is Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, a kid-friendly cafe with singing animatronics. He visits the cafe only to find out that it's a run-down place with malfunctioning electricity. After his shift, Mike returns to Abby, only to discover that his babysitter has been part of a scheme by his aunt to gather evidence against him. Undeterred, Mike continues his job, falling asleep during his second night shift. Another intense dream unfolds, featuring his brother's kidnapping and 5 mysterious children. Waking up to a buzzing at the door, he meets Vanessa, a police officer and Freddy Fazbear enthusiast. Just then, Mike realizes that the cut from the dream is real, adding a layer of mystery and suspense to the unfolding story. Vanessa casually wraps her arm around Mike, sharing tales of Freddy's heyday in the 80s and hinting at the high turnover rate of the employees like Mike. She introduces him to the gang, Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, and Freddy, and brings them to life with the push of a button. However, their lively performance is abruptly halted by a sudden power outage caused by a massive spark. At daybreak, Vanessa and Mike part ways. Unfortunately, in his haste, Mike forgets to lock all the entrances to Freddy's. Unbeknownst to him, the babysitter's brother has been observing and notices the unlocked Freddy's. The babysitter, her brother, and 2 friends break in, wreaking havoc in the place. During the chaos, one of the intruders encounters a banging fridge. Opening it, he finds Chica's cupcake. A voice startles him, and when he looks back, the cupcake disappears. Suddenly, Chica and her cupcake reappear, launching a surprise attack. Meanwhile, another thug, drawn by the screams, encounters Bonnie, who mercilessly attacks and kills him. Discovering their friend's fate, the babysitter and her brother desperately search for an exit, only to find it locked. Foxy enters the scene, running down the hall and killing the babysitter's brother. Impatiently waiting in the car, the babysitter eventually explores Freddy Fazbear's, guided by a child who leads her to Freddy himself. A child's voice emanates from the animatronic suit, and as she peers inside, she is pulled in and gruesomely bitten in half. Vanessa visits Mike's house, and they take a walk. Mike confides in Vanessa about his brother's abduction. Concerned about Mike's lack of sleep, Vanessa tosses sleeping pills into a river, warning him not to doze off on the job. That night, unable to reach the babysitter, Mike brings Abby to Freddy Fazbear's for his shift. Upon arriving, Vanessa's vehicle is already there. Displeased with the state of Freddy's, Vanessa departs, leaving Mike to prepare a tent for Abby to sleep in his office. As Abby sleeps, Mike cleans up the mess left by the vandals. After completing the cleanup, Mike falls asleep in his office and encounters the children in his dream once more. This time, they stay, offering information about Garrett's kidnapper in exchange for something. Leaving behind a drawing of an animatronic rabbit, Mike expresses his willingness to give anything. Awakened by Abby's screams, Mike rushes out to find her surrounded by Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. To his relief, Abby has only been tickled by the animatronics, claiming they are her friends. Mike grabs Abby, ending his shift. Back home, Mike discovers that one of Abby's drawings depicts Garrett's kidnapping, validating his memories. Abby confirms that the children in his dreams told her about the abduction. She also reveals that they are the spirits within Freddy's animatronics. Mike realizes that Abby can help him with communicating with the children, so he decides to bring her back for his fourth shift. Returning to Freddy Fazbear's, they find Vanessa already there. Mike asks Vanessa if she knew that the animatronics were possessed, and surprisingly, she admits that she knew. Bonnie accidentally falls on his back, but signals to the others that he's okay. The others join in, and they enjoy each other's company for a while. After a while, Vanessa announces that they need a roof for the structure they are building, so she and Mike go into a back office to find the materials. In the office, Mike finds a baby's animatronics on the floor, lifeless. He attempts to touch her, but Vanessa tells him not to do it. Vanessa grabs a stick and plunges it into the baby's exposed chest. The spring locks of the baby's suit then activate, clamping down on the stick. Vanessa and Mike return to the animatronics and then have a party. The animatronics start singing their songs while everyone dances and has fun. Their little moment is interrupted when Abby touches Bond's guitar, resulting in a massive electric shock. Abby faints, causing everyone to panic, but wakes up without serious injury. Vanessa then tells Mike that if he ever takes Abby to Freddy again, she will shoot him. Afterwards, Vanessa, Mike, and Abby take their leave. At home, Mike calls his aunt to babysit Abby so he can return to his fifth shift. Abby sees her aunt and is really upset because she thinks Mike is giving up on her. She runs into her room and scribbles Mike's face on all her pictures. Apologizing to Abby, Mike reassures her that it's not what she thinks. Pressing on, Mike heads to Freddy's for his final shift. Falling asleep in his office, he encounters the mysterious child again, who offers information about Garrett's kidnapper in exchange for Abby. Though Mike initially agrees, he quickly regrets it and rejects the offer, causing the ghost child to disappear. Mike finds himself under attack in a nightmarish dream, assaulted by all 5 ghost children, leaving him cut and scratched. Awakening in the same device from the film's start, the Freddy mask slowly descends onto Mike's face. Noticing the loosened screws, Mike manages to free himself, despite his injuries. Attempting to leave Freddy's, Mike faces the threat of Foxy running towards him. Meanwhile, Abby and her aunt experience terror at home as Freddy arrives, claiming the life of Mike's aunt. Freddy convinces Abby to return, and they take a taxi driven by Corey, heading back to Freddy's. Switching back to reality, Mike wakes up in a police camp and Vanessa tending to his wounds. Vanessa, revealing herself as William Afton's daughter, discloses the truth about Garrett's kidnapping and the souls residing in the animatronics. Equipping Mike with a taser and cattle prod, Vanessa instructs him on using electricity against the animatronics. Venturing into Freddy's, Mike encounters Chica leading Abby towards danger. Taking matters into his own hands, Mike uses water and his taser to temporarily disable Freddy and Bonnie. In a dramatic confrontation, Chica attempts to force Abby into the animatronic baby, but Mike intervenes. Foxy joins the chaos, searching for Abby, but Vanessa arrives to save the day. Mike, using the cattle prod on Chica's cupcake, defeats the threat. As they try to escape, a new animatronic, a golden rabbit, hinders their path, warning Mike that he's delving too deep into the truth. The golden rabbit knocks Mike unconscious, leading to a face-off with Vanessa. Unmasking the golden rabbit, they discover William Afton, the mastermind behind the horrors. William orders the animatronics to wake up, initiating a showdown. Vanessa shoots William, sparking a violent struggle as William grabs her in a chokehold and stabs her. Mike tries to escape with Abby and Vanessa, but William approaches him intimidatingly. In a moment of desperation, Mike instructs Abby to remind the animatronics of their past. Abby does this by tearing down the picture of the golden rabbit holding hands with 5 children while replacing it with a picture of the golden rabbit killing them. This helps the animatronics to remember William's atrocities, including how he had killed them and stuffed their bodies into a suit. Chica's cupcake bites William, causing the spring locks in his suit to malfunction. The animatronics drag William to the back of Freddy's house while taking advantage of his suit malfunction. Meanwhile, the building starts falling apart. A time jump occurs, and we're shown Mike and Abby sharing a light-hearted conversation on their way to school. At Abby's school, Abby's teacher commends Mike for his progress with her as she reveals that Abby has been making friends at school and embracing a normal life. Mike gains full custody of Abby and becomes a cheerful man. He visits Vanessa, who had remained in a coma after the entire incident. Mike stares at her with fierce intensity and promises that he would be waiting for her when she wakes up. The film concludes with William's slow and painful demise as one of the girls watches him. What do you think of William's demise? Do you think he should have faced worse ordeals? And ultimately, which movie recap would you like to see? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, click the bell and subscribe button for instant notifications on new videos.